Okay, let's dive right in. We're looking at the source material for the Coffeehouse Mysteries series today, specifically French pressed.
Right. And our goal really is to unpack how this, cozy little coffee shop in Greenwich Village turns into this like nerve center for
Right.
figuring out some pretty serious crimes.
Crimes happening in the super high-end world of New York French restaurants, no less. It's quite the setup.
Exactly. It's that clash, isn't it? The comfy coffee place, the Village Blend, versus the intense, high-pressure environment of a four-star French place called Solange.
And it all seems to pivot around the main character, Clare Cosi, her role as a coffee manager. That's kind of her superpower here.
It absolutely is. The source material paints her as this very relatable, middle-class, working stiff, manages the blend. Okay, she has some culinary chops to catering, some food writing, but she sees herself as a cook, right? Not a fancy chef.
Yeah.
And because of that, the sort of snobby restaurant folks, they underestimate her,
They just see the coffee lady.
pretty much. Perfect cover
Exactly.
to observe everything without raising suspicion.
Which takes us straight into Solange. I mean, the descriptions of the food are incredible. Oysters and champagne, this amazing lobster, a cardamom tart tatin. Sounds divine.
Oh, absolutely top-tier stuff.
Yeah?
But then, there's the coffee.
Right. The weak link. It sounds like it's notoriously bad.
That's putting mildly.
Yeah.
The source calls it absolute poison, compares it to Mississippi swamp mud.
Wow. Okay. So in this palace of French haute cuisine.
Modeled on a famous Paris cafe, Le Deux Magots, apparently. Maroon banquettes, fancy columns. Chef Tommy Keitel's name literally etched on the plates.
And they can't make a decent cup of coffee.
Exactly. And that failure, that simple detail they overlook, is Claire's in. It's the flaw in the perfection that draws her, the actual coffee expert, into their world. It's almost symbolic, isn't it?
Totally. So you've got Solange, all drama, high stress, probably some chaos behind the scenes.
Definitely chaos.
Compared to Claire's Coffeehouse, the Village Blend, which the sources describe as, what, a dependable oasis of calm?
That's the phrase. In the middle of this crazy city. But, well, that calm doesn't last long for Claire.
Because her daughter, Joy, is interning at Solange, right?
Right.
And Claire goes to check on her.
Precisely. And she walks right into a kitchen meltdown. Chef Keitel's not even there. The sous chef, Brigitte Rouy, is in charge.
And she's not doing well.
Not at all. The description is intense. Dilated pupils, shaking, paranoia. The source suggests maybe amphetamines or cocaine. Stuff sometimes associated with that high-pressure, late-night kitchen culture.
Yikes. And it gets worse.
Oh, yeah. It climaxes with Brigitte trying to slash Joy's throat with a chef's knife.
Oh, what? Seriously?
Yeah, only stopped by the maître d' Napoleon Dornier intervening. So workplace stress just went nuclear.
Okay, that's already way beyond a bad day at work. But then it escalates even further, doesn't it, to actual murder?
It does. The very next morning, Joy finds her friend, Vinnie Bocelli. He was an aspiring chef, dead in his Queens apartment.
Oh, man. And how was he killed?
A single knife blow to the neck. Very specific, very brutal. But the really crucial detail isn't just the wound.
It's the knife itself.
Exactly. It was a French knife, silver handle. Now, Joy knows Vinnie used German knives, Henkels, but French knives with silver handles.
Let me guess. Solange.
Bingo. Especially made just for Solange.
Yeah.
Suddenly, this isn't random street crime. It's connected. Deeply.
And Joy found the body, which puts her in a terrible position, doesn't it?
Awful. Because, well, she had a key to Vinnie's apartment.
Why?
Turns out she'd been meeting Chef Keitel there. Vinnie was letting them use the place for, trysts.
Oh, messy. So she has access, a connection.
And motive, potentially, in the eyes of the police. Plus, Vinnie left this panicked voicemail for Joy saying he overheard Anton Wright, that's the restaurant owner, planning something bad.
So the cops arrive, Lieutenant Salinas from Queens PD.
Yep. And he looks at Joy, sees the key, hears about the affair, maybe the voicemail, and boom, prime suspect.
Classic case of the police maybe jumping to the easiest conclusion.
It seems that way in the source. It makes it clear that Claire now has to step up, use her smarts, because the official investigation is already focused on her daughter.
Which explains why she needs to get inside Solange, not just as a worried mother, but as an investigator.
Exactly. And this is where her coffee lady status becomes this brilliant disguise. She decides to infiltrate.
Using her actual expertise.
Right. She sets up a meeting with Keitel and the maitre d' Dornier, pitches them her Village Blend specialty coffee, like the Morning Sunshine Blend, Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, really high-end stuff.
Does it work?
She wins over the pastry chef Janelle Babcock first, and that helps seal the deal. gets a 7-week contract to supply and manage their coffee service.
So she's in.
Yeah.
Embedded under the guise of just improving their terrible coffee.
Perfect cover. But things are already moving way too fast while she's literally setting up her coffee gear. Victim number 2.
Don't tell me.
Chef Tommy Keitel himself. Found murdered. Right there in the Solange kitchen.
Wow. Okay, so the killer is still inside, escalating things. What about the weapon this time? Same kind of knife.
See, that's where it gets interesting and worrying for Claire. The weapon used on Keitel is different. It's a high-end Japanese knife, a Shun elite chef's knife. Claire recognizes it instantly. It belongs to Joy. It's from her personal knife kit.
Oh no, so now it looks like an active frame-up. Someone isn't just letting Joy take the fall for Vinny, they're planting evidence to implicate her in Keitel's murder too.
Exactly. The conspiracy is getting more deliberate, more targeted. It's not just circumstantial anymore.
This is getting complicated, and there's another character, right? Billy Benedetto, the beverage manager.
Yeah, Billy adds another whole layer. He apparently had this deep, decades-long grudge against Keitel.
What was the beef?
Keitel supposedly ruined Benedetto's family's Italian restaurant business years ago. And to make it worse, Keitel refused to sell him the recipes from that old restaurant. Benedetto was obsessed with getting them back.
So another potential suspect with a strong motive. Was he acting on it?
Oh, yeah. Apparently, he was sending Keitel threatening letters.
Yeah.
These distinctive black envelopes. Dornier, the maitre d', saw them. So Benedetto is definitely on the radar.
Let me guess. He doesn't stay on the radar for long.
You got it. He becomes victim number 3. Killed at some club called Flux. It used to be a church, apparently.
How did they get him?
Drugged first. Source mentions a Mickey Finn slipped into his champagne. Then his throat was slit. Same method as the others in terms of the throat, but different circumstances, different location.
Okay, so we have 3 murders. Vinny, the aspiring chef, Keitel, the star chef, Benedetto, the beverage manager with a grudge, all connected to Solange.
Right, and maybe connected by different motives. You've got the drug angle with Brigitte, the affair angle with Joy and Keitel, the revenge angle with Benedetto. It's a lot.
And the weapons. They're different, aren't they? That seems important.
Crucial. It feels like deliberate confusion. Let's recap. Brigitte tried to attack Joy, but we don't know what knife that was, and it seems linked to her instability. Then Vinny is killed with that special silver-handled French knife from Solange.
Linked directly to the restaurant.
Then Keitel is killed with Joy's personal Shun elite knife.
Clearly pointing towards Joy, likely a frame-up.
And Benedetto.
Yeah.
The source doesn't specify the exact knife for his death, but the method is consistent with the others. It suggests a pattern, but also maybe misdirection.
So, before Claire can sort through the weapon inconsistencies, what happens to Brigitte, the unstable sous chef?
She gets ruled out pretty definitively. Her and her boyfriend, an artist named Toby Delange, are found dead. Overdose, heroin, and pills.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And there was a note in her apartment mentioning methadone prescribed to a T. Delange. So, tragic end. Likely connected to her drug use, but it means she couldn't have killed Keitel, who died after she was likely already spiraling or dead.
So the instability in the kitchen was a real issue, but maybe separate from the core murder conspiracy?
Seems like it. A red herring, in a way. Which forces Claire to look harder at the people still standing. The ones with the most to gain, maybe.
The owner, Anton Wright.
Right.
And Keitel's wife, Faye.
Exactly. Claire finally pieces it together and confronts them. It happens during a memorial dinner for Keitel, of all places. She uses a prearranged panic phrase, Carnegie Hall, to signal for help when the confrontation happens.
And it works. She gets them.
Yes. Anton Wright and Faye Keitel are arrested. The truth finally comes out.
So what was the real motive behind all this? It wasn't just affairs or old grudges.
No. Ultimately, it boiled down to business. Culinary intellectual property, essentially.
Recipes.
Recipes and the brand. Anton Wright, the owner described as the son of a butcher, maybe implying he lacked the chef's magic himself, desperately wanted to franchise Solange, make it a global brand.
Okay.
But to do that, he needed Keitel's name and his signature dishes, the very essence of Solange's success. And Keitel, he flat out refused. Wouldn't sell recipes, wouldn't cooperate with the franchising plan.
So if you can't buy the golden goose,
you steal it. Or rather, you kill the chef and figure out how to get the recipes later, maybe assuming the wife would inherit them or cooperate. Anton and Faye, Keitel's wife, conspired to murder him.
And the other murders, Vinny and Benedetto.
Collateral damage and silencing witnesses. Anton admitted he killed Vinny because Vinny had overheard them plotting Keitel's murder.
wow. Just for overhearing something.
Yeah. And then he killed Benedetto because Benedetto started blackmailing him after Keitel's murder. Benedetto must have figured something out, or maybe just saw an opportunity. Anton silenced him permanently.
But who actually killed Keitel? Was it Anton?
No. According to the confession, Faye, his own wife, was the one who physically murdered Tommy Keitel in the kitchen.
And she used Joy's knife.
Yes, to solidify the frame up against Joy. It was cold, calculated, and driven entirely by greed.
That is an incredible chain of events. 3 murders, all stemming from a dispute over restaurant franchising and recipe ownership.
It really highlights how high the stakes can get in that world. And what's great about the source material is how it weaves the food itself into the plot. It's not just background color. The recipes mention borscht, coq au vin, raspberry coulis, they matter. Control over that culinary knowledge is literally motive for murder.
It really grounds the whole thing, and it circles back to that idea Joy mentioned from Keitel himself, right? About mastering the simple things.
Yeah, the idea that the true test of a chef isn't some complex dish, but mastering the egg. The simplest ingredient reveals the skill.
Suggesting the truth of this whole conspiracy was also something fundamental, maybe hidden in plain sight behind all the drama and the fancy food.
Exactly. The core motive, greed, business, ownership was simple, even if the execution was complex and bloody. It shows how ambition in these high-pressure fields can curdle into something really dangerous.
So wrapping this up, it's a fascinating look at crime hidden beneath layers of culinary perfection.
Absolutely. The contrast between the cozy coffee shop and the lethal kitchen, the focus on recipes as treasure, it's a potent mix.
It definitely leaves you thinking. Which brings us to our final thought for you listening. If Keitel believed mastering the simple egg was the key to culinary greatness, revealing a fundamental truth, what about in your own world?
Right. Think about a complex problem or situation you're dealing with. Could there be a simple, fundamental truth hidden inside it? Something seemingly basic, like that egg that everyone else is overlooking because they're focused on the complicated surface.
What hidden, simple thing, if you could just uncover it, might solve the whole puzzle, or maybe even unlock something amazing, something to mull over?